In the city of Ibadan, where red dust kisses every morning and stars move like wind through mango trees, there lived a woman named Linda Balogun. Linda was a quiet storm, gentle, thoughtful, and full of that kind of strength that hides in silence. Her husband, Dari Balogun, loved her deeply, and together they had two children, Abigail and Nathan, whose laughter turned their small apartment into music. But beyond their laughter, a shadow moved. Dare's mother, Madam Balogun, a respected widow known for her confidence and charm, had decided that her grandchildren should live with her. She would smile and say, "Children belong in their father's family house." Linda always smiled back, but in her heart she whispered, "Love without boundaries becomes control." At first, Madam spoke gently. "Let them come for a weekend," she said. "Then let them stay till Wednesday. Later, a new school near my house will be better for them." Her voice was soft, but her intent was iron. And Dare, torn between the two women he loved most, stood in the middle, choosing silence, a silence that slowly built walls instead of peace. One bright morning, Madam appeared at their door unannounced. Her lace wrapper shimmered, her pear brooch caught the light. She looked around Linda's little home, the children's drawing on the wall, the steaming pot of ogbono on the stove, and she smiled the kind of smile that measures. "So this is where my grandchildren live," she said. Linda nodded respectfully. "Yes, Mama, this is home." Madam sighed. "A good mother must know when to help her children. Bring them to me, I will take care of them," she said. Linda simply answered, "Thank you, Mama, I hear you." Days turned into weeks. The requests became demands. Mama began to speak through others, relatives, pastors, old friends, all saying the same thing. "A young woman cannot raise children alone." Linda listened, but she did not argue. She believed that when a person's heart burns with pride, silence is sometimes the only water. Then one afternoon, a phone call came from the children's school. The teacher sounded uneasy. "Madam, a driver came to collect Abigail and Nathan. He says their grandmother sent him, but something feels wrong." Linda's chest tightened. She rushed to the school, her breath uneven, her prayers silent. When she arrived, she found her children still in class, crayons in hand, drawing pictures of a bright sun. Relief washed over her like rain. That night, Linda told Dare what happened. He sat quietly, shocked. Then for the first time, he stood for his own home. "This is wrong," he said. "I will speak to my mother." The next day, they went together to Mama's mansion. Tall gates, marble floors, and memories painted on every wall. Mama sat calm and proud, a Bible open before her. "My children," she said, "what brings you here?" Dare's voice was gentle but firm. "Mom, please don't send anyone to the school again. We love you, but the children stay with us." Mama frowned. "So your wife has turned you against me?" Linda bowed her head and whispered, "No one turned him, Mama. Truth only opened his eyes." Mama rose and left the room without another word. The silence that followed was heavy enough to break glass. For days she did not speak to them. Relatives called Linda names: proud, stubborn, ungrateful. But she stayed calm. She prayed, she cooked, she waited. For time, like palm wine, is sweetest when left to settle. Then one evening, the phone rang. Mama's voice was no longer sharp. "Linda," she said softly, "please come." Linda went, unsure what awaited her. When she entered the big house, she found Mama sitting on the floor, surrounded by old photographs. The woman who once walked like royalty now sat like a child before her own past. I was your age when my husband died, she said. Eyes far away. People told me to give my children to his family. I refused. I swore I'd never lose them. But my promise became a prison. I was trying to protect my son from losing what I lost. And in doing so, I almost lost you all. Tears ran down her face. Forgive me, my daughter. My love turned to fear, and my fear to control. Linda knelt beside her and took her hands. Mama, she said gently, even warriors must rest when the battle no longer serves peace. Mama smiled weakly. Thank you for not letting me win when winning meant losing everything. That day, something shifted. The walls fell. They spoke for hours, passing old photographs and new understanding between them. When Dare arrived, he saw his wife and mother sitting side by side, laughter mixing with tears, and he too understood. Family is not a cult of winning and losing, but a home for listening and forgiving. From that day, Madam Eniafe changed. She set new rules with love. No unannounced visits, no decisions without the parents' consent. Every other Saturday became Grandma's Day. Her big house, once quiet and proud, now echoed with the sound of small feet and laughter. Linda and Mama cooked together, shared recipes, argued softly, then laughed again. The tension melted like ice in the sun. Months passed and peace grew roots. Dare found new strength in his home, saying, I think I found my voice because you kept yours. Linda smiled. Every house needs walls, but even walls have doors. When Abigail's 7th birthday arrived, they celebrated at a park in Ibadan. The air was full of jollof and laughter. Aunties danced, cousins shouted, and the children ran barefoot through grass that smelled of rain. Mama arrived carrying a golden bracelet. She placed it in her daughter-in-law's hand and said, For you, my daughter, for guiding my grandchildren with wisdom and guiding me from myself. Linda's eyes filled with tears. Mama, she said, it takes courage to apologize. You have shown me that love can still learn. As the sun folded itself into evening, they sat together watching the children play. Mama whispered, Do you know what I didn't expect? That the grandchildren I wanted to keep would bring me closer to you. Linda smiled. Love is a stubborn teacher, Mama, but a good one. That night, when the guests had gone and the last plate was washed, Linda wrote a note and pinned it on the fridge. Family is not a tug of war. It is a circle that widens when we add respect. And that's, my child, is how peace returned to their home. From that day on, Mama learned that love must breathe to stay alive. Linda learned that patience is not weakness, and Dare learned that silence is not peace unless truth stands beside it. Thank you for watching this story. Remember, love without boundaries becomes control. Apology is not defeat, it is wisdom, choosing truth. And the home that listens is the home that lasts. Give this story a thumbs up. Stay tuned for more interesting stories. Subscribe to this channel if you have not done. Until I come your way again, bye for now.